Good evening, everybody. So I'm just gonna post this non-edited raw video, start to finish, as quick as I can. Make this video, post it. So we are in June, and it's Men's Mental Health Month, meaning, and this obviously it's highlighted this month, but it should be all year. Men seeking help for their mental health. I want to speak on this, and a lot of us, we go through it. Some of us are more vulnerable than others. If you know me well enough and you followed me long enough, you know I'm a vulnerable person. I don't hide it. I get people that want to give me a hard time for it on social media or in life. You're not man enough. You're less of a man if you're vulnerable. I could care less what anybody thinks. I've always just been one to not overly express it on social media, but I just know there's guys out there that battle depression and anxiety and don't want to get the help or don't want to talk about it. Because I did for many, many years. I was one of those guys. So I didn't seek help. My life has turned out great where I'm sitting right now, but there's some things I maybe wish I had done different. I lost my brother in 2012, and that's when I really knew what depression was. I probably had depression in my life at some point, or anxiety, never really focused or knew what it was, just too busy working. But when my brother passed away, that hit me. Over 2 years of very deep, dark depression. I did go seek a little bit of help with where the doctor tried to put me on antidepressants. Those lasted like a couple days. I'd have a side effect. A couple weeks went by, they tried another one. I was hallucinating, so pills didn't work for me. Nor have I ever done drugs in my life, or do I lean on alcohol. So my therapy was going to work, working my 10-hour-a-day construction job on a residential job site in construction, doing that, and then coming home and just staring at a wall, shutting out my family, shutting out my friends, and just, it gives me goosebumps thinking about the way I was living for a couple of years. And the whole time, my family should go see somebody, go talk to somebody, and I just didn't believe in it. Like I didn't believe in it. And then, some time went by. Just some things started helping me. Obviously, what really snapped me out of it or started getting me going was the cooking. Tilly, who's right in front of me, I never really had a serious animal in my life until we got Tilly, and she was just this little ball of joy that, like, when I'd get home from construction, sawdust, whatever was on me, sheetrock dust, you name it, I'd put her on my chest and she would just sleep. That's why me and her, to this day, that was 2012, 13. When did we get her? 2014 or so. She's 11 now. We got her when she was like 7 weeks old. So me and her are attached like nobody's business. Took Tilly and some cooking to start getting me to snap out of that depression. But I probably could have snapped out of it much earlier if I had sought some help. And I've always been vulnerable. It's not like it was hard for me to go sit down and talk to somebody so I can relive something that just like broke my heart every time I talked about it. So I still have issues that I'll admit to this day. I get asked to do podcasts a lot, certain things, and I'm always scared to do that because I don't want to. I don't really want to talk about that. I can talk about my brother. I miss him. I wish he was still here. All the success I have to this point, I would trade everything just to get my brother back. Just to go about my life the way it was, have my brother back, but that's not life. Life kicks you in the face and then you kind of deal with it. And so, like I said, the vulnerability and trying to go back down that road in a podcast or something, I still have struggles. Although people see some of us from the outside, whether you're on social media or you're, doing whatever you are doing in life and it looks awesome on the outside, the inside is still tore up. I'm in a way better position I don't dwell on too many things anymore. I'm very thankful for my life and my job and the people that believe in me and my family, my friends, everybody. Like, I wouldn't be here without all of that coming together. And so I just want to be, since I started this in 2012, the social media journey, like 2014, 15, I started talking about mental health on social media. And to think right away I was getting messages from soldiers overseas and first responders and just your average person in the backyard that kind of started stumbling across my account on social media, thinking, man, we don't see guys, because it's crazy. When you have tattoos or you look a certain way, you're looked at differently, or there's an assumption about you. I've never been incarcerated. I've never been in jail. Hey, everybody's got their path. Like, whatever. I've just never been in the shoes that people think I've been in, just from the exterior. I've been getting tattoos since I was 18, 19 years old. I'll be 50 this year. It's something I've loved to do throughout my life, is get tattoos and ink, but it has nothing to do with anything other than I've always worked. I'm always try to take care of my family. And so it doesn't matter what you look like, basically. You're a big buff dude, skinny dude, guy with glasses, whatever. You should be able to be vulnerable, and especially just feel comfortable to go see somebody and talk about it. So there's some things I wish I had done different, but where I'm sitting right now in my life, I'm very thankful. So it's hard to say that I'd maybe go back and do something different. But sitting there for 2 years, working and coming home and staring at a wall, I wouldn't want to go through that again. I know next time I'll go seek help and just talk to somebody about it. I think that's because there's a lot of times when you can just unleash and talk to somebody, and then you feel this weight lifted off your shoulders. And so I'm just encouraging anybody out there, if you have the opportunity to talk about it, talk to somebody, do it. I'm putting myself out there for you guys, whether this matters or not. I'm here. I do my best to get to my messages and stuff, and the ones that really stick out to me are the ones that are beyond food. I love what I do with Traeger and all the food stuff that I do and the inspiration I give on that end. But the messages that really stick out is when I'm helping somebody, when they can be like, I can watch your videos, and they just make me feel good. They make me feel better. The way I interact with the public and my friends in the community and outside the community, I'm pretty open and out there with people, and I give myself in conversations, and it works for people. So I'm just putting this out there. If you ever need to talk to anybody, bend anybody's ear, I'm here. If I see that mental health DM in there, I'm on it. People know me. I send video. I prefer to send a video message when it comes to certain things, when I'm trying to express myself to somebody. It's just it's more personal, and people feel really connected, and I can go from there. So if you're somebody that's seeking help or in that position where you're not feeling like you want to, reach out to me. I'm here. Send me a message. We can go from there. That will never, ever go away. Mental health will be with me the rest of my life. And on different levels. We all go through it. We all have our own story and all that stuff. I'm not saying mine's, I have a really horrible story. I don't even want to get into it. That's why I don't do podcasts. But somebody's out there and worse off, whether it's overseas, the stuff that you see that goes on in this world. Like, I know I'm blessed, and I'm not here to complain, but don't worry about if you're this big bad dude or this little guy or whatever, and you got your buddies giving you a hard time because you're being vulnerable. Screw that shit. You don't need those people in your life. I get people in my comment section all the time, or my DMs, like, bro, we don't need to hear you other than your food. We don't want to hear the other bullshit that you have to say or whatever. This is how I started my platform. I don't overwhelm you guys with my personal life, but it's out there because it's important to me, and it won't stop that way. So anyways, I'm gonna end this. If you guys need to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. Reach out to somebody. This is a very important month, but as we know, this is all year long, 24/7, day and night, and it's a struggle. So God bless y'all. I love you.